Morning everyone, hopefully I'm coming across loud and clear. Today, day 12 of my 30-day challenge to do live vlogs. So talking about my property journey. So the property I'm going to talk about today, yeah, I've got notes. Always carry notes, because I go away off on a tangent like Billy Connolly telling a joke and then he comes back to the original joke. So yeah, property journey, talking about my day 12. So I remember buying this property almost 20 years ago, and when I bought it, I'm not really sure what I did with it. And then I bought it for a good price, and I'll keep to my notes. Subsequently, during that period of time, I decided to remortgage it. Now, I remortgaged it for a couple of reasons. There was a lot of value in the property, but also the deal that I had at the time. Andrea, deal I had at the time coming up, I think it was with Northern Rock. Now everybody knows Northern Rock and what happened to them, but this is how crazy this deal was, and it was just too good to be true. But you know, I checked it out, and it was. So I ended up remortgaging, getting all my money back out, my original, and getting cash back in the same exercise, and putting it on a lifetime tracker of base plus 1.15%. So basically we're paying 1.25% just now as the interest rate for this mortgage. And I never remortgaged it after that, purposely for two things. The deal was so good, you'll never ever get that again, the lifetime trackers, you know, at that rate. So the deal was so good, it didn't make sense to remortgage, even though I could get more money out of this. And there's also a risk to this. If you end up remortgaging to the point that I've talked about it before, the property drops in value, you're sitting in negative equity. If you try to sell it in the future as well, here's another reason, you then have to pay back a mortgage. It's probably worth more than the property value itself, but also you've got a capital gain which is deferred from the original purchase. So if you bought it for a third of the price that you've got the valuation at the now, then effectively what you're doing is you've got a deferred capital gain which you'll have to pay later on. So basically you might not even be able to get out of the deal. Morning. And that could leave you in a vulnerable position. So it's the old adage, you know, Warren Buffett says it all the time. You know, when the tide goes out, we know who's swimming naked, and you don't want to be. And that's exactly what I mean by exposure. You do not want to be exposed to any risk. It could be avoided, and it's something I could help you with. You know, if you want to message me or talk to me or have a consultation with me, I'm happy to do it. I usually spend an hour with people, show them what they can do, show them how they can develop their income, and then we take it from there. If they want to go and do their own thing, then fair enough. If they want further help, then I'll help them more than anything. I've said it before, probably I think it was day 9. My whole intention for this is to actually generate possibly an income, which I can then reinvest in my swim program for the primary schools, and also my triathlon program for the primary schools, to introduce them to triathlon. That's my fundamental reasons why I'm doing this. So I'm happy to share secrets of how I've done it, the mistakes I've made, so you don't make them, to do that. So yeah, and the one most vivid thing, I'm looking about because there's squirrels everywhere. This is this place yesterday I was at. The squirrels run about everywhere. So one most vivid thing I remember about this property, and I've got the tagline here, do what it takes and then some. I remember getting called on Christmas morning. Your property upstairs is leaking into my property downstairs. This is 9 o'clock on Christmas morning, or maybe 8 o'clock. It's a slight leak, you know. So basically it says, look, it's leaking in, but it's a slight leak. So, you know, what do you do? What would anybody else do? Well, some people would say, okay, I'll wait till tomorrow because it's Christmas Day. I don't think like that. I always think to myself, I will do today what others will not to achieve tomorrow what others cannot. And this goes back to small 1% improvements. Stephen Brown, our real estate trainer just now, talked about this the other day when he was having a Zoom session with us. All you need to do in your buy-to-let business or in your investment strategy or anything you're doing is just make small 1% improvements. It's not going to be anything drastic. If you do that every single day and you improve on something 1% every single day, over a period of a year, you're making a 365% improvement in what you're doing. Hi Natalie. Hi Derek. And that's effectively what I do. You know, I just make 1% improvements in terms of what I'm doing. So yeah, so I'll refer back to my notes again. Small 1% improvements. And I did do a hashtag on the word Kaizen. So what's Kaizen? Kaizen is actually a Japanese term, and it means continuous improvement or, you know, continuous change. And you use it quite a lot in Japan, and that's how Japan built their economy so strong after the Second World War. The USA helped them actually develop their economy and went in and showed them how to do everything, and they coined it, the phrase Kaizen, and it is the continuous small improvements to make an overall change in the medium to long term. So I think that's effectively what I do in terms of my risk strategy and in terms of my property investment business. So absolutely, I think that's my biggest lesson for today. So domo arigato gozaimashita, which is in Kendo says, thank you for training with me today.